Hello. Good afternoon and welcome to the class of 2018 graduation. I am Mackenzie Snyder, the class of 2018's class president. I would like to take a moment to recognize the class of 1968. Would the class of 1968 please stand? Thank you for supporting our Northwestern, even 50 years later. I also would like to thank the NHS staff and teachers for helping us to this point and allowing us to grow in such a great environment. Finally, I'd like to thank the guests today. In the audience are some of our greatest influences: parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles, friends, and mentors. Without you, we would not have made it to this point. So first, let us congratulate you before ourselves. Now, I'd like to congratulate you, the class of 2018, my classmates, on all of our accomplishments that we've had and all that we've been through together. 77 years ago, our fathers brought forth. I believe in the future of agriculture. That's not right either. But sometimes it's hard to find the right words to say or the best advice to give. In this next year, I hope that you give it your all and try your hardest. Be an example to all believers in what you say, in the way you live, in your love, your faith, and your purity. 1 Timothy 4:12. So congratulations, class of 2018, on this great achievement.
I'm short. Struggle being short, you know? So hello to everyone here today that's here to help us celebrate and to support us as we graduate today, the class of 2018. And I would say that it's a beautiful day, but it decided to rain today, so I guess you can just say that thank you for coming here on this day where the weather was not really wanting to support us today. And it's been so long since so many of us have been gathered just in one place. So many of us have been studying and working outside of this building that being here all together really makes it hit home that we're graduating and this is the end of our high school careers and that we're finally moving on into the next step of our lives, no matter where it may be. I vaguely remember entering these halls our freshman year, nervous and excited, but I do remember one thing where I looked up at those seniors, and they were a lot taller than me, a lot taller than I would be now as well. But I don't know if anyone else thought this in this class, but I would look at them and be like, wow, they actually look like adults. And I wonder if the freshmen think the same thing of us now, because looking out at this crowd, I think like, all right, maybe Chris and Austin look like they could pull off the college-age look, you know? But then you get people like Amaya who could probably still order off the kids' menu. But, yeah, it's just so hard to believe that these 4 years have gone by so fast and then all the additional years of other schooling we've done. But I think we've all done quite a bit of growing up, some more than others, but we've all grown up quite a bit since then, but some things just still haven't changed. And I'm going to pick on someone here in the class that throughout these 4 years we've somewhat picked on for fun. So Garrett Deaver up here in the front. Like, we wouldn't pick on him like, oh, we don't like him, but, you know, it's all in good fun. And it would often be these awful airplane jokes, and by awful, I mean not funny. And then there was also Mr. Martin nagging him about the senior slideshow pretty much every day for the last, few weeks of high school. But then we would get to Mr. K's class, and I think you got, a little bit of refuge in there, because then we would also, I think admire is the right word, admire Spencer's artistic abilities with a calculus rap. It's just like, oh gosh, why? And then just recently, a beautiful drawing of how calculus applies to baseball. And while I'm on the topic of baseball, I think it would be fun to mention Mr. Frank here, where he'd be carrying around his baseball bat, and we kind of wouldn't see him for the first few minutes of class on many days. And I can only imagine that he was trying to chop down trees with his baseball bat to supply his seemingly never-ending packets and packets, just full of pages of readings that we would have to do. And while he'd be gone, I know many people like Michael Nutter here would put on his jacket, one of his jackets hanging up in there, and would start teaching the class, and it'd be a fun time. We had a good time in that class. But time for a little bit of personal memories here. So I was a 4-year biomed student, but I was also in a small group, about a similar-sized group of 4-year French students as well. And while my intrigue in the sciences has grown, where, like many of the people sitting here today, and I'm sure 4 years ago, none of us really knew what we wanted to do. And 4 years ago, I was like, what do I want to do? Do I want to do English? And I went along that route for a while, wanted to do English and writing, but biomed has introduced me to the sciences. But even though I had so many wonderful opportunities as a biomed student, I also want to acknowledge that I had many fun and wonderful opportunities, my classmates and I, during French as well, throughout our 4-year adventures together. Northwestern has provided so many of us so many wonderful opportunities with just however much they have, how much they have here, with so many of us being at College Credit Plus or working halfway through the day or just everywhere, and now we're all here together. Despite like how small this school is, there's only, 115-ish of us, 117, but we've just had so many wonderful opportunities here that have let us support our goals and are now introducing us into whatever field we plan on going to. And I hope that Northwestern continues to encourage and support our current and future students with any of their future endeavors, no matter what field, whether it's those in STEM, the fine arts, the languages, or any other, by continuing to develop these experiences. And while it's nice to reminisce on these moments together as a class, I think we also wish to extend our gratitude towards our teachers as well. We all have our own personal stories of teachers we've had many, many fun adventures with over these past 4 years. And from freshman to senior year, we've been taught by a dedicated staff who've helped all of us create lasting memories. And I'm sure there's words that all of you would like to say to your own teachers or your particular teacher that impacted you the most. But I'm sure all of us also want to say to all of our teachers that there's no one who could stand up here and say thank you enough, that we all appreciate what you've done for us in both teaching and guiding us through these past 4 years. Now, with that in mind, I'm going to start my close, and I'll close off by saying that the next person up here is a very smart and very sarcastic guy here. Justin Ebert is a very intelligent young man who has done very good things in this school, so I think he's going to have some fun words to say to all of you. And I thank everyone again for being here, and also thank you all to my fellow graduating classmates for making these 4 years as memorable as they have been. And I wish you the best of luck in whatever you may do. Thank you.
All right, good afternoon. I'd like to begin by thanking you all for coming today and supporting us all in what will probably be one of the most memorable days of our lives. I was notified less than a week ago that it had become the salutatorian of our graduating class. I thought I was sitting perfect by being third, but I was a little ahead of myself. So while I was quickly trying to find a topic or theme for my speech, I kept thinking about something Mr. Bosler, one of our school teacher or substitute teachers, said to my English class about 2 weeks ago. No, this isn't one another of his riddles. However, many of us can admit we would look forward to hearing one of his riddles before class. He told us that one of his professors, while he was in college, gave a final exam consisting of one question. That question consisted of one word: why? He said students started writing as much as they could in their journals to try and answer this vague question. As they were doing this, one student finished significantly faster than all the others. He finished the question with, "Why not?" This student proceeded to receive an A on his final exam. Many of you may be wondering why I'm bringing this up. Well, now I have the same single word question for all of you. Why? Why did we go through 4 years of high school? Why did we go through a total of 13 years of school together? No, it wasn't so we could all stay up late doing homework or writing our English essays the night before they were due. But there are obvious answers to this, like to learn, to get ready for college, or to have fun. But what was the main reason any of us wanted to come to school? I can assume I'd be speaking for the majority of my class that we really only came to school to see our friends. So my answer to the question, why, is to make friendships. So many of you in the audience may not be aware, but at the beginning of this school year, many of us seniors were caught by surprise by the number of our classmates that actually attended Northwestern full-time. Just above 50% of us actually came to the school every day. While the senior hallway was almost like a ghost town the entire school year, I was reminded of the great friendships that I've made when I saw some of my classmates last week during graduation practice. I was reminded of the long road that many of us started at the beginning of kindergarten. And I hope that I'm not the only one who thought of that. But now we'll all take a different route from this moment forward. And for many of us, some of these friendships will slowly fade away when we all begin our new chapter this fall. Hopefully, some of our roads will cross once again. Nevertheless, these friendships will never be forgotten. For as long as we live, we will be able to reminisce about the friends we had in high school. But before we look too far into the future, when these friendships do slowly fade away, new friendships will be made soon enough. So instead of spending today in a sad state of mind, we should all celebrate this one last day we will all be together. After all, commencement is not the end, as many of you know, but it's the beginning. It's the beginning of something new. It's the start of the life we've wanted ever since we were little kids. Whether we are continuing our education, entering into the workforce, serving in the armed forces, or attending the United States Military Academy, West Point, high school is a stepping stone into these areas. The friendships that we've made through these few years have shaped our lives like we never believed. I know from my own experience this year, I would not be standing here giving this speech if it wasn't for my close friends. So, in fact, the answer to the question, why, is why not? Why not go to high school? You get to meet many great people and make a few friendships that will change your life forever. In closing, I want to wish everyone in my class here today good luck in their future endeavors, and until next time in our class reunions. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Garrett Deaver, and I am the class vice president for the graduating class of 2018. I'm here today to introduce Brian Smith, our spokesman for today's ceremony. Mr. Smith taught at Northwestern for 23 years as an elementary school teacher in the 4th and 5th grade, while also teaching physical education for 2 years. While serving our community as a school teacher, Mr. Smith served our country as a member of the Ohio National Guard for 28 years, simultaneously. He served as a company commander for both a medical unit as well as an infantry unit and various other positions. He retired in 2016 as a major. During our time at Northwestern, Mr. Smith served as our gym teacher in kindergarten and a teacher in the 5th grade. He always had something nice to say, yet he was never afraid to challenge what was established. When we were in 5th grade, we had a paper money known as Husky Bucks that we used to buy anything from extra pencils to extra credit on quizzes and exams. Mr. Smith was always surprised how certain students that rarely earned these Husky Bucks had a sudden large amount of funds when a test or quiz came around. It later became known that counterfeiting and stealing were occurring in our class. If it wasn't for Mr. Smith, they may have actually gotten an A in their classes. To this day, thanks to Mr. Smith, there are no longer Husky Bucks, only Husky credit cards that were monitored more efficiently than before. This speaks to the type of person that Mr. Smith is. He was always very flexible with his students, but still led with an iron fist when necessary. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Brian Smith to the 2018 graduation ceremony.
Don't worry, I'm gonna have 12 pages, so it'll go pretty fast, half hour or so. Of course, it's double spaced because of my sight. Okay, first of all, I'd like to thank Mr. Layton and the school board for allowing me to come back to Northwestern and speak this year at this commencement. But I'd really like to thank the graduating class of 2018 for inviting me back to speak for something as big as your graduation. When I got the invitation to speak, I was excited and amazed that you would choose me for this honor. When I talked with Mackenzie Snyder about speaking for graduation, I asked her, why'd you choose me? She said the class officers wanted to pick someone that they enjoyed and had an impact on them. This goes to show you that you never know who you might have an impact on. Okay? If you young men and women remember, we talked a lot about history, social studies, and the impact it had on our country and the lives of its people, and how it's still impacting our country today. History shows us that working hard can get things done. It gives us pride in our accomplishments. We also talked about life lessons and the little things that we all need to do. If you remember, I talked a lot about your moms and dads who went off to work every day at their job. And your job was to work hard at school and do the best you can. Well, we can see that all of you did that because you're sitting here today, ready to move on with the next chapter of your life. My father taught me hard work is a good thing. And then I passed it on to my 4 boys. And you know what? I can't pass up this last opportunity to talk to you, the graduating class of 2018, about the virtues and benefits of hard work one last time. Not all of us enjoy hard work, but it has many benefits that are worthwhile and should not be avoided. Hard work can manifest itself in many different forms. Traditionally, we think of hard work as manual physical labor, which for many people it's true. However, hard work doesn't have to be just physical. It can include things such as using our intellect, our academics, our gifts and talents, emotions, and any area of our life that you're passionate about. It gets you up in the morning. It says in Colossians 2:23, whatever you do, do with all your heart. As your former teacher, I'd like to use my family to illustrate one last lesson to you. The 5 benefits of hard work. Number 1, hard work builds character. Today we live in the midst of a character crisis. If we can't have something within 5 minutes, we don't want it. And if getting it is hard, forget it. And then we are upset that hard or important things don't go our way, so we give up. We then find that our mindset is negative, with nothing ever being our fault. My youngest son has had many twists and turns to complete his journey in working in the medical field. His journey has been interrupted many times with changing of school, serving in Afghanistan, and work. Much of this is out of his control. One thing I can say for him is that he persevered, and that built a lot of character. He has not given up on his dreams or plans to continue his journey this fall. Has it been easy for him? No. Has he had to put other areas on his life on hold? Yes. Has he had to have patience and resilience because of the interruptions? Yes. He can't be a quitter if he wants to live his dream. Quitting is very easy. Anybody can do it. But easy does not build good character. His hard work and discipline have taught him to focus and learn to manage his time and resources. These things can be used in all areas of life. Strong character is built the same way strong muscles are built. Hard work. Former Major League Baseball player for the White Sox and Blue Jays, Sammy Ewing, puts it this way. Hard work spotlights the character of people. Some turn up their sleeves, some turn up their noses, and some just don't turn up. So what kind of character are you building for yourself? Hard work gets results. Hard work always accomplishes something. You might learn something, you might build something, or you might change something. But hard work gets results. It has been said some people dream of success while others wake up, work hard at it. It's very much like my two sons. Both are average students doing okay in their studies, but they both decided to join the Ohio Army Guard. I wonder why. Don't know. After 2 years of training and so forth, they both went to Afghanistan together in the same company. When they came home, they decided to attend Wright State University and share a house together. I want to talk about hard work and being focused on school. Here's a typical day. Up at 6:30, make breakfast and lunch, head to the library, where they sign out a cubicle for the semester to start studying. Then they go to class, come back to the library, continue studying. They usually left the library between 8:30 and 9 o'clock at night. When they went home, fixed their dinner, and finished any other thing they needed to do for school. Doesn't sound too special, but they did this for 2 straight years with no time off. Now that's hard work. And one of my sons went on to get his master's in economics in 9 months. That's hard work. The other one is the one I mentioned earlier, and is still working towards his career. Laziness doesn't result in anything but wasted time and resources. You want something to happen? Work hard at it. So, are you willing to work until you get the results you want? Number 3, hard work draws attention. You want to get noticed? Work hard. You want to get a promotion or a raise? Work hard. The diligent person stands out. We live in a world that encourages minimal effort. Do you want to turn some heads today? Truly give a full 100% to whatever you're doing. It doesn't matter what talents you have or what you're called to do. Do it with passion. My little son didn't like school, like some of you sitting in out there today. He had no desire to go to school. I told him, that's fine, but I gave him some advice. If you work hard at whatever job you do, you'll never be without a job. Might not be your dream job you're looking for, but keep working hard, and it'll come. Well, he did work hard, has never been unemployed, and in 17 years he's been out of school. He's now running heavy equipment for a company and very successful at it. This was his goal and dream all along, but he had to work hard so people could see his talents and work ethic. And then he was rewarded in getting the position he wanted. He wasn't just able to walk in and say, I want to run that big machine over there. And when they told him he wasn't ready to to run that big machine. He didn't walk out in a fit. He had to work hard, stand out, bide his time. He did it by hard work. Martin Luther King said, if a man is called to a street sweeper, he should sweep streets even as Michelangelo painted, or Beethoven composed music, or Shakespeare wrote poetry. He should sweep streets so well that all the hosts of heaven and earth will pause and say, here lived a great street sweeper who did his job well. What will you get attention for in your life as your life moves forward? Number 4, hard work brings opportunities. That is, hard work opens doors. Those who work hard find new opportunities, are always presenting themselves. Hard work is an opportunity magnet. Sometimes they just seem to appear out of thin air. Other times they come through new acquaintances, and often are the result of hard work. Another one of my sons worked hard in college and was hired halfway through his senior year as the activity director for YMCA. He worked full time and finished his degree. By the time he was 28, he had gone and become one of the youngest directors of the YMCA in the United States. This just didn't happen because he was lazy. Other opportunities came his way because of his work ethic and new people introduced to his life. He is now the executive director of the Snoqualmie YMCA in Washington. This just didn't happen. This is where hard work met opportunity. Thomas Edison said, opportunity is missed by most people because it is dressed in overalls and looks like work. Will you put yourself ready for opportunities as they come along? As you can see, my first 4 points deal with the value of hard work for ourselves and our family. This last benefit will probably be the most challenging to you, as it still is for me. So as you go forward into the next phase of your life, think about this one. Hard work blesses others. Anything great and lasting benefit to mankind is achieved only through hard work. The second greatest commandment is to love our neighbors as ourselves. This is one that we all struggle with. We all work hard to please ourselves and our families. We should work harder to please others, bless others, and help others. Work hard and don't worry about who gets the credit. Work hard and the world is blessed. For when we as individuals work hard, everyone wins. How hard are you willing to work to bless others? Graduating class of 2018, this last benefit is my challenge to you. Go out and work hard so others besides yourself will be blessed. Please go out and continue to build on what generations before you have started. Starting today, you have a real opportunity to make an impact on mankind by working hard at things you love. Working hard to pass on the tradition of working hard, and at the end of the day, you can say that you were a positive contributor to society. I'm going to close today with a quote from the 19th century education reformer Horace Mann, who said, "Be ashamed to die until you have won some victories for humanity." Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak to you one last time. May God bless you in all your future endeavors. Thank you.
Members of the Board of Education, Dr. Layton, Mrs. Forbes, members of the faculty and staff, parents, friends, and members of the class of 2018. Graduation from high school is a special occasion. It is the realization of a goal set many years ago and is the result of many people working together for a common cause. I extend my gratitude to everyone who has offered support and guidance to these students, helping them to achieve this goal. I also thank the members of the class of 2018 for their leadership, persistence, and diligence. Most years, I focus on the successes and the overall personality of the graduating class during this presentation. As I reflected on this class, I couldn't help but thinking about the number of students who sit here today having overcome difficult circumstances. And they pushed on, And here they sit, preparing to receive their high school diploma and move on to the next phase of their lives. I know we all have those situations, but I really believe this class has more. And I don't know everyone's story, but I know enough of them, and I'm probably speaking to you right now. This year, however, I had the opportunity to take a slightly different approach. At this point, I'm going to hand over the microphone to Angel McMorrow, the aunt of one of our students. She's going to read a letter that was written to a member of this class by that student's great-grandmother. With minor alteration, I believe the wisdom contained in this letter can speak to everyone here today.
Thank you, Mr. Burkholder. To my Tommy Earl, today you will graduate high school. It does not seem possible. You are a very beautiful and smart young lady with a heart of gold. I knew that I would not be able to make it long enough to attend your graduation on earth. So that is why I had Angel help me to write this to you, so you know that I am here in spirit, and so is Ken. As you choose a career and a husband in your future, choose with your heart and your soul. People may want you to choose with your mind and your eyes. But the mind can be wrong, and the eyes can become blurry. But the heart and soul knows no wrong. It will lead you to where you're supposed to be. Love and happiness are the most visual gifts that can be given. As you graduate today, look back and remember the good times, the fun times you had, and focus on the fun times in the future. Live, laugh, keep an open heart, and let love flow in. Just let your love flow in everything that you do, and you will live and love with no regrets. I am proud of you and all that you are now, and I know that all you will become. I love you, and I'm so proud of you, Tommy Earl. I love you, and no more crying. Today we celebrate your successes. My love will always be with you all. Love, Mommy Jill. Thank you.
It is the mission of the Northwestern schools to prepare our students today for tomorrow's opportunity. I'm very confident that this class is prepared for and will be successful with the opportunities that lie ahead. They have many diverse talents, and while we will miss them, they are more than ready to move ahead to the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead for them. We are all gathered here today to celebrate and recognize the individual and collective accomplishments of the class of 2018 and to welcome these individuals to the proud community of Northwestern Husky alumni. Dr. Layton, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the 67th graduating class from Northwestern High School, the class of 2018.
Well, you've all been sitting here for more than an hour now, so I will try to be as brief as possible. Before I begin, I'd like to thank the Northwestern Rurotans for yet another outstanding flag display out in front of the building and throughout the community. Their ongoing efforts of patriotism and support for our servicemen and women is outstanding. And I'd like to further express my gratitude for those who have, are currently, or will be supporting our liberty and freedom throughout the world and our great nation through their service. We appreciate your sacrifice and your service. Graduating class of 2018, congratulations on your 13 years of studies. I'm proud to have known and watched most of you learn and grow throughout these years, developing into the world's future leaders. You come from a school district of excellence, a school district that has striven to challenge you through increased rigor, a school district that has provided you strong foundational skills, extraordinary curriculum, and helped forge strong relationships and your own talents. Seeing your varied past planned beyond high school, it seems to have fulfilled our mission of preparing you for tomorrow's opportunities, especially this class, what's really unique about you all is you have so many varied talents. You have so many varied talents, and I see you going so many different directions, and all in positive directions. That makes us really proud. It's the people in our district that makes our district and our community great here. We're a community of love, compassion, and strong family values. Rely on your family, friends, mentors, and your faith as you encounter obstacles, and also to share and celebrate your accomplishments along the way. We like hearing about those. So having met the requirements set forth by the state of Ohio and the Northwestern Board of Education, it is my honor to accept our Northwestern graduating class of 2018. I congratulate you for your leadership and perseverance and in this accomplishment. I urge you to set your sights high and strive to achieve not only your career goals and life aspirations, but also happiness, and also to make the world a better place through serving a greater purpose. Mr. Smith talked about it, Mr. Burkholder talked about it, and your leaders in your class have talked about it. I want you to follow your dreams, and I wanted you to continue making us all proud through passion, through perseverance, and through using your talents and exploring the world. So I'm greatly proud of you, and I'm proud that you're going to receive these diplomas. Thank you.
All right. Mackenzie Grace Snyder. Garrett Andrew Deaver. Alyssa Renee Toppins. Emily Pauline Finley. Emily Nicole Buffard. Justin Miles Ebert. Isabella May Atkinson. Jared Anthony Alberts. Holly Diane Asbury. Taylor Michelle Harrison. Lindsay Mary Louise Asbury. Logan Daniel James Asbury. Jessica May Baird. Bryce Andrew Beery. Michael William Campbell. Ian Castor. Lindsay Elise Cheney. Dylan Patrick Otto Kaufman. Blair Isabel Coulter. Madison Marlene Diane Cook. Abigail Ashley Copsey. Stephen Scott Kazuli. Daniel John Kreitzer. Thomas J. Gordon Cromer. Taylor John Dawson. Guy Drummond. Maverick Allen Dawson Duncan. Cece Rose Duvall. Derek James Duvall Jr. Aaron Carl Eicher. Tyler Robinson Ewing. Brandon J. Feist Jr. Maria Ann Fortune. Tatum Woodward Francic. Luke Mitchell Franks. Christy Lee Franks. Sarah Lynn Fraser. Dylan Michael Freibarger. Spencer Michael Garrison. Quinn Michael Garver. Caitlin Cheyenne Gifford. Jordan Wyatt Gilbert. Isabella Marie Gill. Nicholas James Grassman. Caleb Robert Groves. Cassandra Elizabeth Harnischfager. Skyla Lynn Hart. Ariel May Harper. Peyton Cyan Hendricks. Nicholas Allen Hinton. Jonathan Michael Hoff. Michaela Lee Holbrook. Jacob Daniel Hudson. Heidi Diane Imhoff. Taylor Marie Jackson. Hunter Earl Kanzig. Hannah James Cardoli. Anna Marie Kelly. Zachary Michael King. Chase Thomas Lambert. Andrew Ray Landis. Jared Russell Lazier. Robert Allen Lechner. Jason Robert Lemaster. Autumn Marie Lenhoff. Margaret Blossom Linder. Devin Deontay Malcolm. Sarah McKaylin Martin. Lucas Aaron McClellan. Caleb Christopher Malott. David William Miley. Cheyenne Lane Nider. Sean Anthony Newman. Michael Allen Nutter III. Nathan Manuel Oquendo. Christopher James Oros. Madison Alexandria Patterson. Kyle Richard Pichoni. Joel Raymond Probin. Ray Lee Remford. Tyler Russell Riffle. Seth Matthias Roeder. Devin Andrew Rowland. Bryce Robert Rush. Nicole Sue Russell. Courtney Cheyenne Shelton. Ashley Nicole Simons. Jacob James Skelly. Devin Scott Smith. Parker Scott Smith. Chloe Lynn Ann Sparks. Cody William Starling. Hunter Storm Stidham. Robert Stewart Steinmetz. April Rose Straight. Adam Matthew Tanner. Cody James Tegmeyer. Hayden Michael Taliski. Mia Michelle Tope. Brandon Michael Wellert. Devin Christopher Scott Wisman. Amaya Shahar White. Matthew Dylan White. Louis James Whitehouse. Mason Anthony Wilhelmy. Megan Allison Winkler. Nicole Marie Winkler. Brooke Lynn Whitman. Austin Scott Wood. Kelsey Ann Wright.
Hello, everybody. I'm the class treasurer of 2018. And first of all, I want to say to my fellow officers, we should have got a new sound system. Really, we should have. I'll try to make this short and sweet. I want to extend my gratitude for the teachers that have taught us for 13 long years, even though some of us have been pains in your butts. I want to extend gratitude to all of our supporters, parents, friends, mentors, and I want to extend gratitude to all of my fellow classmates. It's truly been an honor to be through these most memorable years of our lives together. And I know most of the memories that I've experienced here will stick with me through my life. I would like to wish you all the best wishes that I could possibly give in any of your future endeavors, no matter if that's military, college, workforce, or undecided. I would like to present our class gift, which is we are buying new furniture for the library in the high school here, and we hope that this leads all of our future generations to study in comfort. Thank you.
As the secretary of the class of 2018, I am pleased to announce that our class motto is, "Speak not because you have a voice, but because you have something good to say." Over the last 4 years, we've made a lot of accomplishments as a class and personally. We have seen our STEM programs expand and flourish, and we have taken great academic strides, including having a student being enrolled at West Point and someone graduating with their associate's degree before they graduated today. Keep finding what you're passionate about and strive for greatness in all things, big and small, that you do and accomplish in your lifetime. We are a class that has and is capable of doing extraordinary things, so don't let that stop here today. Take your success and stamina with you as you close this chapter of your life and step into the next. Class of 2018, if you could please rise. Please join me in symbolizing our commencement by moving your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations.